for the players. And the noise greets them. And the crowd tonight could easily act as the 18th man. Elland Road is packed to capacity. And they are here, Steve-O, with a lot of hope, the English.
Certainly are, and you can see on the faces of the English side that they mean business. For the very first time, for a long, long time, I just get that feeling that the England squad, all 17, realise what they have to do, and they look determined, they are confident, and this should be a classic game. Australia, they will start favourites, but I've always been on the side of the underdogs from time to time, and I think this could be a real fillip for the wonderful game of rugby league if England can win tonight.
Well, before the match, of course, we have the national anthems of the two nations. The Atoni Brass Band will play, the Steaton Male Voice Choir will sing. And first of all, it is the Australian national anthem we shall hear. Advance, Australia Fair. There's quite a few Aussies sputtered around the Elland Road Stadium, hoping that it will be Lockyer and the Kangaroos' night. Now the English national anthem. Well, England are the underdogs. They look determined. And Australia, the favourites, they look confident. We shall see the most important 88 minutes for years. And can Kevin Sinfield and the English triumph in this year of the underdog? The Australians won the battle, the first argument anyway, and that's to have their own official in the middle. Matt Chechin is the Australian referee. He's in charge of tonight. It's been neutral referees all the way to this stage, and then they said the best man for the job would get the appointment, and it was decided early in the week that Matt Chechin was that man. Let's hope we're not talking about him at the end of tonight.
That is for sure, and there is a leader, the skipper Jamie Peacock. This will be rough and ready in the opening. And the sellout crowd here, a full house. And England, the fans, they expect.
We all do. Let's see how it pans out. The blow of the whistle from Matt Chechin. Sinfield gets us underway. And the roar is enormous. First touch of the ball for the Aussies. Here they come. And that is Matt Scott taking the first tackle. Important England start, I think, an England start on the front foot.
It certainly is, and started it all off. The first tackle right round the ankles, James Roby. He'll be doing that throughout the full 80 minutes. So important that we get to stop this green and gold outfit from getting control and getting the kicking game away. They've got to keep them in their own half.
Well, the Australians have thrown us all a dummy because David Shillington, wearing 16, is out there from the start. He plays. David Shillington is out there. Matt Scott takes that tackle there, so he is there. We'll check on who is sitting on the bench instead of Shillington. Meanwhile, the first kick from Lockyer is straight to England's man of the moment, Sam Tompkins.
Poor kick there by the Australian skipper. They can't afford to be doing that right down the throat of Sam Tompkins. They know he's got the skill factor, but a great step on him. But that's pretty solid defence by the Green and Golds.
And we're just checking. We think it's Anthony Watmough who is on the bench, and David Shillington has started this Four Nations final. So a very late switch by Tim Sheens, the Australian coach. Here is Jamie Peacock, the England captain. 33 years of age, Jamie Peacock. Roby pops it up to John Wilkin, who gets a start in the second row because Hyington is out, and Gareth Carvell is waiting his chance on the bench. England have only used the 18 players in this tournament. Sinfield's kick goes high, and Reid is after it, and Reid is shepherded away from the attempt by Darius Boyd by Jonathan Thurston.
I think that's a brilliant kick from England to start the game. Ask some questions, make them make decisions. Here's the ball complete. The referee says it's stripped in a two men in the tackle on Uwate. But the first kick, really, you've got to put them under pressure. Don't just give them reception of the ball in an easy situation. Here's Jack Reid going for the ball. Boyd takes it on the clean, and that's the first penalty now to Australia.
There was a penalty too, clear penalty.
Thank you.
Kevin Sinfield stealing the ball, 2-on-1 in the tackle, not allowed, so Australia with possession.
Good positioning there by the official, Matt Chechin. You can see quite clearly that the standoff, Sinfield dragged the ball away. Got to make sure England have got this line of defence, got to be solid.
Ben Westwood went in very heavily then on Shillington and came off second best. He's limping his way back into the line. The Australians have spotted that. Luke Lewis running straight at him. He was halted though from getting there by Peacock. Westwood looks groggy on this left-hand side. Here's Thurston, pops the ball up. Great run by Gallen on the angle. And Cameron Smith at dummy half. They're attacking the line. This is Greg Inglis. Reid is after him, and Inglis is halted by 3.
Smart work by the Australians. They wait for the man. They know that Westwood has been injured. They'll take every opportunity. Will Australia? Don't worry.
Thurston gets the ball away, and it's brilliantly managed to be kept alive by Shillington. Lockyer was onto it, but so too was Rangi Chase, and England come in and bring him down on the last. They've lost a bit of momentum here, the Aussies. Cameron Smith finds Thurston, only cleared to play at the last minute. Deep kick to the corner. Oh, it's bounced kindly, and it's Thaiday! Thaiday with the first try for Australia. Sam Thaiday, the ball to the corner, and it's his first ever try for Australia, Sam Thaiday. And what a place to get it, and what a time to get it in the opening minutes of this Four Nations final. It wasn't much of an attempt over on that far side to claim the ball, but it was knocked back, and Thaiday was the man in the right place at the right time. First blood the Aussies, Thaiday with the try.
It looked as though the Australians were going to lose possession. This is the incident where they get down, pull the man away. It allowed Australia 30-40 metres upfield. The kick into the corner. It wasn't the best, was it? You could see that the winger was going backwards rather than up into the air. The quick flick away. It put pressure on Tom Briscoe. Beautifully weighted kick though, wasn't it, by Thurston? And Yao Yi gets to it and gives the opportunity for the big second row of Sam Thaiday. It's not the start that England wanted.
I must say though, Brian, on the second and third look at that, I wonder if there's a question mark about offside from the kick.
Well, little juggle from Thurston, and that means Yaral Yao would have to stagger his run and stutter a little. I had a first question on first viewing. It looked like he might have been in front of Jonathan Thurston. Referee was confident it was a try. We'll get another look at it.
The lesson Eddie taught us, and we saw this 2 years ago in the final. Australia scored 8 tries when they came here for the last time for the final. 5 of them had kicks involved. The alertness has to be at the highest point when Australia are going to kick the ball.
Well, Thurston here to try and add the extras, give the Kangaroos a 6-point lead, and that he does. Jonathan Thurston's 91st goal. He is already now the record point scorer in the tournament. But is he offside out wide?
Well, we see here, I think it's okay.
Well, Thaide's offside. Thaiday stood in front of the kicker.
But does he encroach?
He scores the try.
Yeah, but does he encroach on this as soon as it gets touched? Whether he's within 10 metres, that is the big question.
Surely, though, normally on a kick to the corner, try or no try, don't you usually hand that upstairs to the video referee to be absolutely certain? Obviously, Matt Chechin got the call from his touch judge far side and was. But here we go again. We're, 5.5 minutes into the decider, and we're already talking about referees.
Well, he was confident enough, wasn't he, Matt Chechin? And I must say that you've got to say that Tom Briscoe really was not jumping high enough. He was actually going back down towards the ground when it was picked off by Yao Yi.
The biggest problem, Eddie, was the penalty that Kevin Sinfield conceded. You can't afford to make errors and concede penalties against the Australians. They're too good and they'll punish you. And England are getting a lesson in that now.
And Sam Thaiday looks full of it, doesn't he, after that first ever try for his country. Lockyer stabs the angle kick in, and Tompkins read that script perfectly. The good chase, though, from the Australian Luke Lewis.
But it just shows you the Australian tactics are absolutely spot on. They're getting the kick away as soon as possible, turning this England side around.
Here's the first penalty for England.
We've seen in World Cup Challenge and we've seen in previous international matches that Australian and New Zealand Southern Hemisphere sides start games perhaps quicker in the opening 10 or 15 minutes. England need to be aware of that, stick with them here now whilst the Kangaroos are at their hottest.
Well, I just saw the graph there, and that tells its own story. So early in this game, just over 7 minutes gone, we've missed 4 tackles. Can't afford to do that. You can't come up with any errors against this Australian side.
6-0 the Aussies lead. Here comes Jamie Peacock, been on the wrong end of so many scorelines against Australia over the years. This is Ben Westwood, though, now. He goes inside Shillington. Eventually they bring him down. Cameron Smith and Paul Gallen. Here is James Roby. Now it's Graham attacking the line. Gets the ball away to Sinfield. Here is Gareth Ellis. Comes inside a couple. Shrugs away from Lewis. Keeps this movement going. Rangi Chase trying to go through a gap, like to thread the eye of the needle, but goes down on the 4th tackle. 20 metres away.
Tremendous defence there by Darren Lockyer. He came in on the angle, made sure that England had to go right down that central channel.
That's where they're going now here with John Wilkin.
Got to be high into the corner, give them the opportunity.
It's with Sinfield. There's the kick in towards the corner, but it's far too long. There was no problem in the end for Akila Uate. Just let the ball bounce and it drifted dead. And so the Australians will restart with a 20-metre restart. Here they come again. England have got to keep them down in their own quarter if they possibly can. Shillington takes the first tackle.
And the kicking game's got to improve. Kevin Sinfield not at his best there.
2, John off. John, what's putting that arm back in?
Smith to Thaiday.
3.
The man who will succeed Darren Lockyer, of course, as captain of the Brisbane Broncos next year. Shillington takes it forward again. Tim Sheens has gone for a bit of brawn and muscle there, hasn't he, with Shillington early on.
Be quicker, Ben.
Now this is Matt Scott again. Substitute last week against Wales. Matt Scott.
Will they put the pressure on Briscoe again?
Well, they're going that way. Lockyer being allowed to run it. And the ball is put down, fortunately.
Well, they went for the power play. England anticipating there was going to be another kick, and you can see there that Lockyer was looking for that second phase, just had to reach behind it.
That's a vision of a world-class player, wasn't it? Darren Lockyer instantly recognised there were 4 attackers and only 3 white shirts to defend. They couldn't deliver the pass, but it was another chance that they'd seen, and England here need to do a little bit more than just the dummy half runs.
2, move.
That's what we're getting here, though, from Kirk Eamon.
You know, that's okay. The dummy half runs are okay if it means they speed the game up. They can't afford to play this game at a plodding pace. Against the Australians, keep it quick and keep the Australians on the back foot. Whether you do that through dummy half running or you do it by shifting the ball, try and get the ball played as quick as you can.
Angled kick this time across the face of play by Kevin Sinfield, but not really the best. And that was Jaral Yao Ye, who ran the ball back to the 20-metre line. Here's his opposite number, the other side. Uate. Cameron Smith. Ball gets away from the dummy half so quickly. Darius Boyd. World-class Cameron Smith, he really is. And left-footed.
Kicking early, went on the third, and it just shows you the advantage. Look at the chase in the green and goal. The fullback could be in trouble here.
Well, he makes 9-10 metres, but England having to work the ball away from their own line. Here is the man of the tournament for England, Ryan Hall, brushes away from one. And the pass just goes to ground.
Yeah, all that good work undone. But they've got to be aware. You have to take the opportunity, and it wasn't the best pass.
No, he's got every right to pass that. They all just sat back and thought he'd take the tackle. They got to push up with him.
Yeah, Kirk Eamon, he said, well, could he come inside? He didn't. He thought he was going to take the short pass. There was the gap there. Well, the error count, we said before this game kicked off, no missed tackles, no drop balls.
It's not realistic.
They look a little bit nervous to me.
There's never a game played with no missed tackles and no errors, Eddie. That's not the fact.
No, but we could do without so many early on, Phil, I think, of the point that's being made. And look where Australia begin this set of 6, 10 metres from the English line. Thaiday, and he's running strongly, isn't he? Confidence obviously buoyed by the fact that he has got his first international try tonight. Here's Thurston, gets the ball away to Scott. He will turn and offload the ball to Shillington. Can't let Shillington run. This is Cameron Smith now, dummy half. Going himself, Cameron Smith, trying to outmuscle Wilkin and co. And they hold him up. It's good defence on their own line from England. Thaiday dummy half, back it comes to Lockyer. Lockyer looks for the runners, it's Thurston. Oh, and they have Darius Boyd, they have Inglis, and they also have Uarte. This will go upstairs, I think, but the Australians believe that they have scored the try.
I think they've kept him out, but it's a world-class pass from Greg Inglis to Aku Uarte. I think the English will have done enough and bundle him into touch. If he's got this down, it's a miracle. But have a look at the pass from Greg Inglis.
It's the 2 second phases that has created this link. You can see there that Jack Reed, he's way inside. It's a sliding defence, but quick hands. Look how the dummy runner comes through.
Well, they're looking for obstruction first, aren't they, before we even get to whether his foot goes into touch, Eddie?
Well, that's fine. Play on there.
Well, they don't think that, do they?
That's nothing wrong with that. Play on.
Well, I think it's stopped before. It's a big decision for Ian Smith. But what about the pass from English?
His foot's over the touchline.
Yeah, they've defended him well. They've defended Aku and kept him out.
Look, his foot's in touch.
No try.
Well done, Jack Reed.
Whether there was any indication of obstruction, it doesn't matter. It's hit the whitewash, there'll be no try. And boy, that's a great relief for Steve McNamara's boys.
England off the hook there.
Certainly is, but you could see the quality there. The 2 halfbacks combining, and the way that Thurston came on that second phase just created it. You saw quite clearly that Jack Reed had a lot of work to do, got there in the end, stopped Uarte, at least pushed him onto the whitewash.
So 6-0 it remains to Australia, though they were celebrating what they believed was a try. They have won the last 7 against England since they lost 20 points to 16 at Wembley in the opening game of the 1995 World Cup. That was on the 7th of October 1995. Here we are in November 2011, and England looking for their first victory against them since. This is Graham now.
Oh, that was high there. Shillington, surely that's the second one that has scored. And he didn't miss. Oh, come on, official. They've got to start looking out for that. That's a better kick. That's a great kick. What's a chase like?
That's enthusiastic, that's important. And Rangi Chase gets to Boyd. England holds him 5 metres away from his own line. Here comes Uarte again, gets to the 10-metre line. Oh, that was a high shot from Shillington.
Definite penalty.
3.
Shillington of the Canberra Raiders, and I think there'll be a little note in the book of James Graham for 2012 in the NRL.
This is where they mix it up well. 1-out runners, dummy half runners, but they're doing it quickly. I hope get a front foot kick.
Thurston over the top.
And again, they've kicked early. And that is a tremendous kick. They'll be quite happy. They know that their defence is pretty strong. They can keep England down into their own quarter.
It's a perfect lesson, Steve-O, in a get-out set. Bring the ball off your own line. They kick to the corner. England kick to the corner. Good kick and a good chase. After a few sharp runs and a great kick from Jonathan Thurston, this is the position Australia find themselves in.
Ryan Hall nearly took that ball out himself, didn't he? Because it was a fraction of a second. If he'd have been a fraction of a second earlier, this would have been head and feet to Australia. Listen, my heart is beating hard enough. I can't manage this.
I think Ryan Hall must have wondered whether he was a 40-20 kick and whether Thurston had been a metre or two further back than what he was. It's hard to see when you're a winger, isn't it? You're 40-some metres away. Strong run by Peacock now, splitting the defence in the middle.
Roby waits.
It's clearly
take it forward.
Clearly a tactic from England to focus so much of their play in the middle 10-15 metre channel of this pitch.
Little half break from Wilkin, but halted by Shillington, who was interfering, messing about. Roby, great ball to Tompkins. Great tackle though from the Australians.
Boy, it looks as though Roby's picked up an injury as well. He's not well.
This is Ellis meanwhile. It's Ellis who's having to kick, and that's easy for Ugarte in the end.
Yeah, sort of a panic from Ellis. They really needed someone in there with a better kick, but
yeah, Roby is limping, there's no doubt about that. He's staying out there though. He's involved in the defensive line just away from this tackle.
Well, it was when he was just offloading the ball that he really got clattered.
There's not many in Super League more durable than James Roby. It'll take a lot for him to lead the field.
Watmo's out there now. There he is, number 13 on his back. Plays the ball to Cameron Smith. Gallen will take it forward, finds Lockyer. Lockyer then to Darius Boyd. Here come the Australians down that right-hand side with Yao Yi. Good defence from England, though. Brilliantly passed inside, though, to Boyd from Yao Yi.
Took the gamble and it came off. Good positioning by Darius Boyd, the full-back.
Lockyer to Watmo. Big collision with Rangi Chase.
England's defence having all sorts of problems, and that'll be a knock-on.
No, it's a penalty, isn't it?
Has he given a penalty?
Not sure. I don't know what his signal is. It's a scrum down to England, head to feet.
Yeah, he just lost control of it. Simple as that. Thought for a moment that maybe Wilkin had a hand in there, but he just lost control. But again, we're having all sorts of trouble in our defensive pattern. Australia quite happy to use that dummy runner. Again, the second phase. Got back in time on that occasion, but they're stretching our defence.
Now can England stretch the Kangaroos' defence? This is Yeeman, doesn't make much progress forward. Roby is there. And they come back up the middle with Briscoe.
We need to be a little bit more enthusiastic as well, trying to get to the play the ball area. That gives the opportunity for James Roby to run quickly.
And James Graham has left the field, and Gareth Carbella has replaced him. And this is Roby. There is Carbell, bottom of the screen, 17 on his back. Came into the side last week when Ellis was out injured, did enough to keep his place. And here he is again now, Carbell. Great offload to Sinfield. Had a wonderful year, Gareth Carbell, for the Warrington Wolves.
Got to be a high kick now, give him the opportunity, get behind him. Rangi Chase, it's not the best.
But it's high, but it's a little bit flat. The referee says that was not played at by the Australian. England asking for an extra set of 6, but nothing forthcoming. No, he didn't play at it either. Spot on.
He just
Lawrence just brushed him.
But we need a better kick than that. We've seen a poor one from Sinfield a few moments ago. Rangi Chase was very poor indeed. You've got to apply the pressure, and we're not doing that. Is that a knock-on?
Little fumble. Referee, I think that signal said, as far as he's concerned, that went backwards. It did, he just went through his legs, he didn't touch it anyway. Darius Boyd and Inglis, danger here, because Ugarte is away, and Jack Reed got to him, just did enough.
But again, the Aussies are confusing us with that second phase. We've got to make sure that our line stays intact.
Oh, that's a knock-on by Friday.
That is a huge relief.
Good defence from England. Good defence out wide. Australia shifting the ball. England good enough to defend it on that occasion. Bad ball to Sam Thaiday, but England defenders in place. They need long periods of the game where they're not making mistakes and not conceding penalties, and we're in one of those periods at the moment. It's important they don't let Australia stretch this score out any longer.
19 minutes gone, 6-0.
Luckily, from an English point of view, 2 of Darren Lockyer's left to right passes haven't really hit the target. Otherwise, there's 2 more tries on that scoreboard. We need a chance here, don't we? They've starved of us any territory of this match, almost a quarter way through the game, and England haven't had a chance to attack Australia close to their own try line.
They're very dangerous out wide, aren't they? The speed of Uarte and Yao Ye.
And the introduction
Guile
of
of Thurston and Lockyer.
It's a full-back as well, Eddie. You know, Darius Boyd is... you know, we all thought when the #1 player in the world is injured shoulder, we thought that would make them a little bit weaker, but Darius Boyd has been in super form.
You got to give them credit though, the English. They've defended what's been thrown at them out wide. A couple of shifts and the English good enough to get out, get the men where it matters.
Got a couple of dummies from Rangi Chase, the Australians letting him run laterally. And John Wilkin on the last tackle, having to put the kick in. It's another high one. It's very well fielded though by Yao Ye.
Pretty solid under the high kick, isn't he? His Thaiday, he's having a wow of a game. Himself wound up.
Well, he picked out Jamie Peacock then, the English captain. He knocked him off his feet. It's like an earth mover coming forward then, Sam Thaiday. That's good defence though from Carvel and co, pushing him back.
Gareth, get your hand off that ball.
Here is Watmo now for Australia. They're up to halfway on tackle number 4. Thurston. Gareth Carvel to meet him. A dominant tackle.
Yeah, wasn't going to take the dummy. One of the few occasions that Australia have actually gone to the last tackle.
Both coaches like the high kick option. Sam's dropped it, and Australia are in with Lawrence. They've just got to check offside now. He's gone upstairs this time. The ball came out of the lights and out of the black sky at Ellen Road, and Sam Tomkins could not defuse it. But are they onside?
Well, it's 2 players in front, but do they get anywhere near the 10 metres? I don't think they do. They hang back. He came from an onside position, and it's not the best attempt by Sam Tomkins. He will not want to see that yet again.
I think you're exactly right, Steve. The 2 that were in front, they'd be smart enough to keep the distance, not encroach on the 10. High hanging left foot kick from Darren Lockyer.
Mike, if he couldn't catch that, I don't think anybody could, because he's got great catching skills, Sam Tomkins. This is an almost uncatchable kick, Eddie. It's fantastic, the height, the swerve and the difference he gets on this ball here. The big decision is whether the players are onside.
Well, you see the 2 in front, and they just trot down. They ensure, and you can see the man that put the pressure. He's come right from behind, and they're not within the first end. But I'm telling you, that is not the best effort by Sam Tomkins. It can be a swirler, you can call it whatever you like, but he got nowhere near that.
Well, Phil's view is it was uncatchable.
I don't think Billy Slater, anybody in the world would have caught that kick. Not all of them anyway, all of the time. That's 2 tries from 2 kicks for Australia.
Well, we see from the head on, puts himself in the position. He was there, he should have taken it. He didn't even jump. They've come up with another error, and how many times do we say, come up with another like that close to your line, the Australians will make you pay.
Well, Ian Smith's had a long, hard look at this. Ian Smith.
Well, I can't agree with that. I know the players he's looking at. I cannot agree with that decision. There's 2 players in front of Darren Lockyer, and to my mind, they stay 10 metres away from. Have a look at them in the middle of the field here. There's 2 players. Important thing is that they don't get within 10 of Sam Tomkins trying to catch this ball. They trot down, they're overtaken by their fellow chasing teammates. When Sam Tomkins catches this ball, he's 5 metres in, 4 metres inside his own half. That's a harsh decision against Australia, in my opinion.
I have to agree with you there. Okay, it's another let-off for England. And they've got to learn their lesson now, but they've got to start asking a few questions of the Aussie defence. We haven't done that yet.
It was like last week, wasn't it? At Hull, the Kiwis thought they had the first try on the board, and that was chalked off for offside.
Well, that was right.
Well, Ian Smith believes that that is right as well. Rangi Chase. The pass goes to ground. Yeaman traps it and then gets collared by Darren Lockyer. Here's Chase again. Finds Sam Tomkins. Another relieving decision from the video referee for Sam. It's Benny Westwood now. Tries to get the ball away to Ellis. Ball goes to ground. That looked like a knock-on by Thurston, but maybe the first was by England.
It certainly was, and that's the reason why the officials said play on. Well, that's the second occasion that we've seen the big fella, Gareth Carvell, offload, and it's Westwood on that occasion. He'd taken the ball straight away. Again, an error.
Well, having looked at it again, I don't think that England knocked on. I think that Thurston did. However, great offload again. Cameron Smith. Oh, he's got Thurston one way. He's found Thurston. Lockyer is moving up. That's great defence, though, from Adrian Morley.
Darren Lockyer is furious. He was underneath the sticks. He knows it.
Maybe they've just delayed the inevitable. Here's Cameron Smith again. He's ducked under a couple. He's escaped another. Thurston. England in the shape of Rangi Chase envelop Jonathan Thurston. Watmoe, they go down the right side with Lockyer. Inside it comes to Gallen. Back it comes to Darius Boyd. Here now is Cameron Smith. Slides the kick in, looking for Luke Lewis. And that ball, Sam Tompkins takes a clatter into the advertising hoardings.
Come on!
Neat kick through. Got there in time. Did he take it out?
He did.
Pretty difficult. Greg Inglis is such a huge frame, isn't he? He finds himself in the crowd. He's into the hoardings.
It's England penalty.
Yeah, Cameron Smith was actually out of play. He was in front of play and then got involved according to the touch judge. I don't know. There was that many offloads, Eddie. It was hard to keep up with it. Brilliant skill. Have to compliment Australia. Their ability to keep the ball late in the tackle has been significantly better than England's.
The penalty wasn't for the collision between Inglis and Tompkins. It was something that happened further back.
One, move!
Well, it's been another escape. I'm afraid England cannot afford to keep giving the Australians that opportunity. Okay, I mean, it could have been 18-0.
Good ball from Roby. Good tackle by Thaiday and Lawrence on Wilkin. Here is Rangi Chase. Gets the ball away to Yeeman.
Quick play the ball. Look, we're not energetic enough. We've got to get onto it. It's allowing those Australians to get that line of defence set up.
Oh, sensational defence.
It's the last
They realise that Sinfield is a danger man. He plays the ball there too. Roby gets the ball away to Wilkin. And it finds its way to Briscoe. Briscoe is in touch. The turnover.
Well, the first real opportunity that we've got through quite a few pairs of hands, but how about that for a great tackle? Super stuff from Darius Boyd.
He was really in touch. It didn't look like he was in touch, Briscoe.
Well, England ran the ball there at the end of that set. Previously, for the last 10 or 15 minutes, the kicks have been poor ones. Australia have been better in that part of the game.
Well, England are lifting, there's no doubt about that. And Jaral Yao-Yeh is receiving treatment over on that far side for Australia. 25 gone, it's only 6-0. Could have been totally different, but the Australians had a try chalked off by the video referee.
And that's the positive up to now. It is only 6-0.
Yes.
I played in the, well, it was 2004. I think we were 1,000,000 points to nil down at this stage.
Yeah,
this is good.
Look who was playing those days. This is Thurston. Now, the big man's out there, Galloway.
The difference between the two sides, though, Eddie, is that the confidence is building in the green and golds camp, whereas England are just getting a little bit confused.
Well, when they were lining up for the anthems, I did say that England looked a little tense. Australia looked supremely confident, and they're playing with that confidence.
I agree, Eddie, but in the back of all of those kangaroo minds, there's an element that knows they're under pressure here. They're expected to win this game, and the longer the game goes on and the longer the score stays close, the English players' job is to bring that doubt from the back of the mind farther to the front ring and start to get them to worry as we enter the final quarter.
They have a wonderful habit, Australia, look, of turning the man on his back, holding him down, and just doing it absolutely legally, and slowing the ball down is key.
That's why I keep mentioning it, Eddie. We've got to be a little bit more energetic, show some a little bit more speed and get up. That's a good kick, but it'll allow it to go in. At least we can apply the pressure, and that will just lift their spirits slightly, because both Kevin Sinfield, Rangi Chase, kicking game hasn't been on top form so far, but that is just what the doctor ordered. They need it. Now they've got to try to keep the Australians in the defensive red zone.
Australia beat England at Wembley just 2 weeks ago, 36-20. An honourable defeat for England in many ways. lot of us will think forever about Briscoe's try that was chalked off by the official. Not suggesting for 1 minute that Australia would have lost to England on that occasion, but the margin of victory might have been closer.
Well, you've just seen another try chalked off,
yes.
And I think that should have gone Australia's way. They do even them up. We don't spend too much time talking about them sometimes. I don't ever believe the referee is out to nobble one team.
Oh, definitely
It'll
not,
be decided by the 34 guys that end up taking the field.
That was a big collision with Galloway and Morley, I don't think he knows at the minute just quite where he is. Winning his 50th international cap tonight to Adrian Morley.
Give me a fact, Eddie, that Australia have had 5 clean breaks. We have yet to do one. It tells its own story.
Come back.
Pressure time for Steve McNamara, but as we keep saying, it's only 6 points in front. Oh, and Carvel's given himself up.
Well, the
referees just completely ignored it.
Pressure is trying to handle Tony Williams. When he came on at Wembley, he made a significant difference.
Here's another high spiralling kick that Tompkins this time could not get to. He's having a great game on his last ever, isn't he, Darren Lockyer? He's at the heartbeat of everything for Australia.
Certainly has, and is reverted back. You know, the first game that we saw on Sky TV, he was playing very tight to the play the ball area. Tonight, he's standing very deep, something that he's done for years at the Brisbane Broncos. He gives himself so much space.
England's head and feet at this scrum then, as the ball found its way over the sideline. No British team, let me remind you again. That was a heck of a hit on Yeeman, wasn't it? No British team has ever triumphed since Jim Challoner's team won the World Cup in France. 72.
Yeah, I went too far back.
A bit dangerous there. Kirk Yeeman was shoved into the ground. And another offload.
He'll get the ball back. England will get the ball back. He's call held as he's offloaded. No, hold on. They changed these rules. If he offloaded, that's meant to be England's ball. He offloaded just as the referee shouts held to protect the save the third man coming in. The decision.
It depends which half of the field you're in.
Right. Okay. Which half is it?
Well, obviously, the team in that half, Australia get the ball.
They're attacking. There was a directive issued about that prior to the tournament, and the referee has got that spot on. This is the problem. We play under different rules in Australia, different rules in the Super League, and then we tweak it a bit in internationals. Let's play off the one set of rules.
How were Australia attacking though when England had the ball? That was the question I asked for that, Eddie.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but they are in the opponent's half of the field. I suppose that's the way they would look at it.
Come on, work hard.
As I say, if we had a set of rules that was universal, there wouldn't be any debate. Lewis.
3, move. Hold. Go.
Here's Cameron Smith. Thurston. Lockyer. Short ball. Williams. Oh, they'll have to stop him if they can. He's lost it.
He's lost the ball. And that is perhaps another try gone begging for the Australians. It will be frustrating them. And it's Man Mountain, isn't it? Tony Williams, a short ball.
In many ways, you start to make them worry. The longer the game goes on and the longer England are in this, they've had a mountain of chances here, far more than England, but they're not converting them, and that could be a significant difference here. They know that their team under pressure. They are expected to win this game.
Last time a British team won a series on home soil, by the way, 52 years ago, December 59, 1812 in the decider at Wigan.
And that was it. It was so important that this outfit really come up with a win tonight. But because of this solid Australian defence, they find it difficult to get anywhere near the halfway line. They can't control the kick and chase game.
That's a strong run from Morley. But look, they're just doing enough to slow him down and not catching the referee's eye. There's Jamie Jones-Buchanan. 3 lying on in the tackle. Move, says the referee. They do eventually.
Ooh, that had a big weight cross on it, I'm afraid. They weren't going to fool the Australians there, especially the experienced Cameron Smith.
Sinfield's pass to Tompkins it was. Sinfield now with the kick, high and deep, meaning Boyd has to come and try and catch it, and does.
Well,
good chase though from England. Look, he had nowhere to go then.
Yeah, but it was far too deep, Eddie. That was the operative word. No pressure applied to the fullback Boyd.
Well, he's in there for his kicking game, Kevin Sinfield. We saw against New Zealand how good he was. He hasn't been on form tonight so far with his kicks. Compare that with the pressure that Lockyer's putting Sam Tompkins under. Kevin Sinfield, apart from 1 or 2 clever kicks into the corner, his high kicks haven't been good.
Australia carrying on here with 12 men for the time being. Akili Uarte is down there receiving treatment. Here's Thurston, gets the ball away to Williams, chases after him, and Williams just shrugs him away like an annoying gnat, and here goes Geral Yaoye. It's the last tackle though for Australia. Uarte, by the way, limping his way back into the line here. And up goes the ball again from Cameron Smith. Towering bomb again. Boyd's after it. Oh, Sam Tompkins has lost it again. But it's a turnover because there's a knock-on each way.
Well, Darius Boyd was the first one to it, wasn't it? And the referee says he's knocked on all Galloway.
But he doesn't look too confident, does he, Sam Tompkins, at the moment?
Well,
Let's get some injury news, and maybe it's about Yaoye, Bill.
It's
Or is it Uarte, rather?
is the problem for the Kangaroos as England get a welcome penalty, and Uarte is still out there, but he's got a knee injury, left knee I think it is, and the thinking seems to be let's keep him out there until half-time, but he's not moving that comfortably. Whether they can keep him out there, whether they can risk keep him out there for another 7 minutes or so, well, that's a question for the sidelines.
Well, Matt Scott is warming up, but he's no replacement for the speedster Uarte. Graham's just received a penalty for the high shot. Here goes Morley. It was a high shot from 17 there. Tony Williams is back in the side after the one-match suspension. Rangi Chase at dummy half, and he finds Roby, who pops it up to Jamie Jones. Buchanan! Great run from the Leeds Rhino man.
First clean break.
He's lost the ball. He wants to get on with it. Penalty, England under the sticks.
Well done. He's picked up at it on the official, Paul Gallen, and this is the clean break. Jamie Jones Buchanan, and you can see there he said that he's lost it. It hasn't. The official said take the penalty, go for it.
I don't want to hear another complaint about England not getting the rub of the green tonight. That's it.
This is Morley now. Don't worry, there'll be plenty more complaints. Don't worry about that. That was a header from James Graham. That's a knock-on by Tompkins.
He'll put the scrum down, head and feed to England. He's got it right as the official.
I'm sure that was a header from James Graham.
Was it an attempted interception by Paul Gallen?
I thought he'd gone back to his Everton football days for a minute then, James Graham.
That was a huge gamble as well by a prop forward to come out of the line.
Pressure, though, on the Australians here.
Certainly was. Not so sure that the coach, Tim Sheens, would be happy with that.
You can't get a better situation than this. 5 minutes to half-time, scrum play 10 metres from the Australian line. If you've got any tricks in your bag, bring them out right now.
Well, one of the tricks is that Reed's just gone into the second row, and Roby's at loose forward. There he is. Here is Rangi Chase. Gives it then to Wilkin. Stuttering little run from Wilkin. Roby, 6 metres away, back to Sinfield. Sinfield gives it to Ellis. Oh, and that ball was knocked down by Reed. It's another knock-on, another scrum feed coming England's way here. Pressure's building for England. Referee stops the clock.
Well, they're coming out of the line, aren't they? You can see there that Greg Inglis got a fingertip to it. That's the reason why Matt Chechin, the official, has allowed England the head and feed. They stop the clock, so now then will Rangi Chase ask a few questions and bring the fullback Sam Tompkins in. Standing deep is Tompkins.
This is Rangi Chase. Gives it to Wilkin. Boyd and Inglis, who was told to go over and defend on that right-hand side. Sinfield, long ball, Ryan Hall! Ryan Hall will score for England! He's going to go upstairs for this.
Well, his reaction would say he hasn't. He's either got knocked out or he knows he's dropped the ball. What a great ball from Kevin Sinfield. Has Ryan Hall grounded it? He's picked up a knock to the face in his attempts. Jonathan Thurston.
Oh, that's a high one as well, but never mind. He'll plant the ball down.
It's a knock-on.
Oh, has he lost control of it?
And he lost it because he was clattered across the face by Thurston.
Are you calling for a penalty try?
It's high, he's gone for the head, not the ball, Thurston.
He's certainly done that. This could be the penalty try. Thurston doesn't miss him.
Well, it has to be a penalty at the very least.
I would say a penalty, but I don't think a penalty penalty try. You have to be absolutely certain he was going to score.
You don't. It's the opinion of the referee. That's all that matters.
In the opinion of the referee, he has to be absolutely certain.
In the opinion of the referee, a try would have been scored.
Well, we need the decision to go our way.
And I think, in the opinion of the referee up here, that try would have been scored.
Well, it's certainly not Tom. We know that, Ryan Hall. Thurston.
Should be a penalty to England. It's a penalty to England and no more, I think.
Well, Ian Smith is taking another look at it. He certainly hasn't got control of it. But is it the fact that he didn't have control of it? It's because he had his head nearly taken off his shoulder.
1999, an NRL Grand Final was settled by a penalty try. Melbourne against St George. Watch the decision from Ian Smith here. Drama at Ellen Road. Penalty try is given. Ryan Hall almost knocked unconscious. Lost the ball over the line. The referee had a long, hard look at it, the video referee. And it is a penalty try.
Well, Darren Lockyer is going towards the official. He can't believe it, but this is the most important fact. Ryan Hall has done it again. OK, not Tom, but Thurston nearly took the head off his shoulders. The pass from Kevin Sinfield was outstanding. The high tackle from Jonathan Thurston wasn't. And that's the reason why Ian Smith, the video referee, has given this as a penalty try.
And Ian Smith believes he would have scored had it not been for that shot to the head. The referee hasn't heard that because he can't hear him, he's just told Darren Lockyer. No one else near him. Had it not been for the clatter around the ears, Hall would have scored anyway. Penalty try, it's under the sticks, it's going to be 6-all.
It's an amazing game. Rugby league.
6-all it is. Well, can anyone whistle the Great Escape? Any good whistles up here? Steve, you're a great singer.
Whoever told you that? The most important factor is, you know, a lot of controversy was about it, but watch the pass from Sinfield, and you could see the winger, he slipped. The high shot from Thurston has convinced Ian Smith that that was a penalty try. It's all square. But I'm just saying that a lot of people said, why should it be an Australian referee? And I made a call, oh, what on earth have we done? And I made the point that at least the video referee is English.
Eddie, I want to keep my mode of positive here feeling about tonight. The last time we beat Australia, do you know the score at half-time? 6-6. Come on, tonight could be our night.
James Graham was the man whose pass hit the ground deep inside his own territory, but I think the referee wiped the tackle count clear because there was a green and gold arm that touched it. Well, 6-all, it's a tremendous position for England. Sinfield's gone for a 40-20, and that bounced off the knee of Boyd, and he did well. The chase is good from England. They're encouraged by that penalty try.
They certainly have, and the confidence is shown there by the kick by Kevin Sinfield. Obviously, he knew he created that opportunity, and the winger, of course, he slipped as that ball was being sent out by Sinfield. Either way, you look at the scoreboard, and I suppose in many ways, if you're an Australian fan, you'd be thinking, how on earth has England squared things up?
Here they come, though, down that right side. This is Darius Boyd. He's got Lockyer with him, and Lockyer is tackled brilliantly by James Graham. He tracked him all the way back. There's still a couple of tackles left here. The danger's not gone for England. Thurston to Cameron Smith. Smith goes away from Ellis, can't get away from the next two. They have a penalty, Australia. England are caught offside. And the referee has picked Gareth Ellis out as the man who was in an offside position.
Well, will the Australians do the switch to this blind side?
Or will they kick for two?
No, I think they'll go for, I think they'll run it.
They're going for two, Steve.
Oh, that's amazing. I thought that Tim Sheens would say, well, we haven't done much opportunity, and when you get a clean break like that, there's the culprit. Ellis.
Well, I'm delighted that they have taken the kick for two. They seem to have had... I've got a pain in my neck looking left.
It's showing a lot of respect, that is for sure.
There's the full half-time siren. A stern-looking Steve McNamara.
Come on.
Jonathan Thurston, this is meat and drink to him.
Here.
Well, you can see the look on the face. Steve McNamara, the coach, he knows that they can play better, and they have, and they could only be 2 points adrift.
Well, if he does kick it, and we all expect him to, Phil's 6-6 line at half-time. Last time England beat the Aussies has gone west. Never mind, 8-6. It could have been an awfully lot worse for England. Let's make no bones about that. There was a slight question mark about their try. The referee decided not to refer it to the video referee. He referred the England possibility to the video referee, and Ian Smith came up with the penalty try decision, and Thurston's successful kick with the last-minute penalty gives us the situation we've got at half-time. Thaide's fourth-minute try, there were alarm bells ringing for England then. Hall with the penalty try, 6-all. Thurston's goal, 8-6 half-time. Match is alive. England are alive.
I had an amazing time tonight.
Did you really?
How about we go for lunch on Saturday?